Coming up, we're going to be talking about some more Bluey coming to Disney Plus an update on the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. But before we go any further, make sure you do hit that subscribe button to keep up with the latest Disney Plus news. Hey, it's Roger here from what's on DisneyPlus.com. A quick Disney Plus news roundup. Let's start off talking about Bluey because it's been announced earlier today. Details of 2 new Bluey specials arriving on Disney Plus around the world in April. A brand new standardized length episode is going to be called Ghost Basket, and that's going to be arriving on Disney Plus on Sunday the 7th of April, and then just a week later, on Sunday the 14th of April, there's going to be a brand new 28-minute special called The Sign. Both episodes will be airing first on the ABC Kids channel in Australia, and then it will roll out globally around the world on Disney Plus, Disney Junior, and the Disney Channel in all other regions, with the exception of China and New Zealand. Now, obviously, Bluey is one of the most popular shows, not just on Disney Plus, but across all streaming platforms. Just pulls in a huge amount of viewers, so I quite like the idea of them just releasing a single episode rather than holding on for 10. We don't know yet how many more episodes they're going to be releasing, but in the past they've been doing it in batches, and maybe dropping them a little bit more regularly might help keep the show kids interested and stuff. But also just this idea of having a 28-minute special. This one's going to be something brand new. I'll be interested how all this comes together. I know there's a lot of Bluey fans, but are you excited about the new episode, and also more importantly this 28-minute special? Love to hear your thoughts on that in the comments below. Moving on from there, let's now talk about the FX series The Bear, which you can watch right now on Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus in the US and on Disney Plus around the world. Over the weekend we got the SAG Awards, which took place, which is recognising actors, and The Bear picked up 3 awards, including Best Actor in a Comedy Series for Jeremy Allen White, while Best Actress in a Comedy Series went to Ayo Edebiri, while the Best Ensemble Cast for the entire comedy series went to The Ho Show. The 3rd season is set to arrive on Disney Plus and on Hulu later this summer in June. I'm a big fan of this series. I think it's really great. So if you haven't checked it out, you can check out the 2 first seasons right now on the stream service. Interesting that they're in for comedy, because I have a weird thing with this show. I don't view it really as a comedy. Sometimes you laugh and there's some bits in there that's kind of funny. But I don't know I've had this conversation with a few friends of, like, for me, I think because I ran a cafe for about 20 years with my family, there are fun moments when you're working and stuff, and you have these like bits that go on and things like this, and I didn't look at it like it was a comedy. It was like, no, this is real life. This is what happens. This is what running a business is like. You do get stuff stuck in the fridge. You do get things breaking down, and you are running around trying to get away. There's all these kind of things that go on with running a business, and this didn't feel like a comedy, not in that same way like a normal sitcom. It could be, maybe you look at it as a dark comedy. There was a couple of things here, but yeah, for me, I definitely kind of find this idea of it being in the comedy category a bit odd, because I just don't view it as it. I love it. I think it's a fantastic series. But yeah, my personal looking at it was more of a drama than many other shows. But yeah, I thought it was great. Great to see this one kind of continue to pick up awards. But let us know, do you agree with these ones? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that in the comments below. Moving on from there, let's now talk about Mandalorian and Grogu, a brand new film which was announced recently. So this is going to be the continued adventures of the Mandalorian and Grogu, which we saw obviously in the Disney Plus series. And filming is set to begin later this year. This is going to be the first big new Star Wars film to come out since The Rise of Skywalker. And this one kind of shot in out of nowhere. Now, I think the simple reason is, the reason why it's been able to kind of speed up is because I think this is essentially season 4, all the best bits of season 4. They've kind of merged them all together and turned them into a movie, and so therefore they're going to be filming it later this year. They've been able to get some additional tax credits from the Californian Film Commission, and it's one of the biggest payouts in the program's history. And it's actually going to be the first Star Wars film to be filmed in California, because generally they've been made here in the UK. These tax credits will bring in an estimated hiring of over 500 crew members, 54 cast members, and 3,500 background players, where they will be filming over 92 days in California. It is estimated that this film will generate $166,438,000 in qualified expenditures and below the line wages. So this is a big thing, obviously. The commission has announced that there's 15 different films that are getting over 300+ million spread out between them. There's a few other Disney and 20th Century Studios films getting some funding as well, but that wasn't announced. But yeah, Mandalorian and Grogu, because it's not just, this isn't necessarily just for actors and all the rest of it. This is for the people working on it. people behind the scenes, people doing background work, you know, carpenters, you've got hairstylists, you've got catering, you've got all these different people that are working on there. There's a lot of people. So California trying to bring these jobs in to the area and trying to keep them there, because what happens is a lot of different countries, like here in the UK and in Europe and in Canada and Australia, etc., they all kind of give these tax benefits to try and encourage companies to come over and film. So the more money they can get in, it helps with the budgets and all the rest of it. We're getting some extra money off. So it all helps towards the film. And yeah, this happens all the time. This is why a lot of stuff gets filmed all over the place. But yeah, California trying to keep some work within Hollywood. But yeah, so good news that it's going to be obviously Disney getting some funding, because that's definitely a good thing. We want them to get funding to be able to make new stuff. Obviously, the counter argument is, why are big major companies that are getting billions of dollars getting money from the government to make stuff, then they make money off of it? The simple reason is, they give a little bit of money and they get more back in the way that, they don't have to pay it on other things. It just injects more money into the local area. So it's kind of a win-win-win. So they might give out 300 million, but they're estimated maybe 450 million will come back in. So yeah, it's kind of just makes sense from their point of view. But yeah, so big news, obviously good news for Disney for getting a little bit of an extra payout. And also for all those that are going to be able to work in California on this film. But let us know, are you excited about Mandalorian and Grogu? Love to hear your thoughts on that in the comments below. Question of the day, which comes from Norfolk Pyro, who says, do you think Agatha will be out in October? So Disney has said that the series is going to be out in the fall of this year. So that's in some ways gives us a few months kind of window of opportunity, kind of pretty much sort of September into November. So that's kind of going to be the point. Now, I'm expecting this will be a weekly release rather than what they did with Echo, where they kind of just dumped it and run. So they spread it out. I think in some ways, with it having witches and magic and stuff, it makes sense to definitely be an October release. Maybe the beginning of October, and have it all for spooky season. Maybe if they dropped like 2 episodes at the start, and then they have a weekly episode with maybe the finale dropping on Halloween. I think that does make a lot of sense with this kind of the theme of this one. So yeah, I mean, they could slide into September, but yeah, I don't know. But let us know what you think of all this. Got a second question here from Fallen Angel, who says, any word on the Doctor Who all season series? So I'm guessing what this is in reference to is maybe getting the previous seasons of Doctor Who, because we've got to get the brand new show dropping onto Disney Plus around the world outside of the UK in May. No word yet, because I have to license that from BBC here in the UK. It's hopefully they do it. I think it would be great if they could do that. I think it would make a lot of sense for Disney to do so. But I guess try not to spend a lot of money, so licensing this kind of content is probably not top priority. Be nice, but is it essential, or is it a good idea just to start from scratch with the brand new Dr. Shooty? I kind of think that makes a lot of sense, but let us know what you think of this in the comments below. Go check us out over at whatsondisneyplus.com. Like, follow, and subscribe, and I shall see you guys soon. Laters.